Hey, what's going on, guys? As promised, I'm here today to give you a brief overview on the Siralim Ultimate stretch goals that were achieved via the Kickstarter that ended just on May 31st. For those of you who don't know, Siralim Ultimate's an upcoming monster tamer / battler game that focuses on randomly generated dungeons with a looting aspect. There's a lot more to it, but that's the most simplistic way to say it. The game features 66 battles with over 1,000 different monsters, fusions, breeding, etc. I did a Monster Tamer showcase video going over the Kickstarter campaign and trailer, so if that interests you, I'll leave a link to it in the description. So initially the goal was to hit $10,000 in funding, from what I hear, the devs weren't actually sure they'd even make this goal. What ends up being quite humorous about the whole thing is they actually ended up getting funded in an hour. So, and then towards the end, we were able to just push it over 90K. So originally the 90K stretch goal wasn't present, but since they did manage to do so well, they added it on later. So anyways, with all that background information out of the way, let's talk a little bit about each stretch goal here. At 15K, we have the Rodian Creature Master stretch goal. Basically, the gist of what this entails is a very powerful opponent that has a chance to appear in one of the realms, and they'll have teams handpicked by some of the top Siralim players. You'll have the option to battle them, and if you do, you'll end up winning some loot like achievements, materials, and wardrobe costumes. Each master will specialize in one type of creature, so it'll be like a master of mummies or a master of angels or something to that extent. If you do lose to them, you just continue on as normal. At 20K, we have the addition of world bosses. These will basically spawn at random times across the many different realms. So let's say today one spawns at 8 AM. You and everyone else will be able to participate in a global fight of sorts, kind of like raids, but with everyone. Killing these beasts will provide you with exclusive monsters and loot. At 25K, we have the addition of creature skins. Now, I believe this is a feature in Siralim 2, which I haven't quite explored fully just yet, but I could be wrong on that. There's still a lot I have to do in that game, but I mean, I just learned about crossbreeding, and I'm at like depth 9, so I think I might be a little late to the party on that one. But yeah, I'm pretty sure changing the appearance of your monster is a thing in Siralim 2, but it's always a cool thing to have. Now, 30K will bring new specializations to the table. The stretch goal will bring the following: Blood Mages, Doombringers, Herbalists, Fanatic, and Spellweavers. The Kickstarter has a great description of each, so I'll link that exact page in the description, as there's enough info to probably make its own video on it, but just know that this stretch goal adds those 5 specializations. At 40K, we unlocked Roguelike Mode, which basically features permanent death for your team. Once you're out of monsters, that's it, game over. There's a lot that is subject to change here, but basically there will be a portal to the rogue world where you can level up your monsters via blessing, and it'll include various upgrades and capabilities, and has the potential for exclusive boss fights. Again, another topic that we could honestly do a whole video about, so we will when we learn more about it. At 45K, we unlocked special accessories for our monsters. This includes swords, hats, pets, etc. Pretty cool. Then at 50K, we unlocked even more specializations such as Pyromancer, Purgatorian, Warden, Astrologer, and Death Knight. I might have to be a Death Knight. I think I'm going to be a Death Knight. I think I'm going to indulge myself in some Death Knight antics. Now at 60K, we have the Arena, which I touched on in my Monster Tamer news segment, but basically you'll be able to take a squad with you and battle against enemy waves. You'll get rated based on your performance, and there's also an infinite wave mode where you can basically fight until you die. It's also going to include a boss rush mode, which is also pretty neat. At 70K, we got Realm Shaping, which allows you to upgrade your realms. Upgrading them will basically give you better rewards when you explore them. Then at 80K, we got guilds, and this is another topic that I could do an entire video on, but basically you'll get an option of a guild based on your class, be it Chaos, Life, Nature, Death, or Sorcery. Chaos for life. The guilds will net you items, and you can level up your guild reputation for better rewards. And last but not least, at 90K, which we just unlocked, are Nether Stones. These are stones that can be obtained by defeating bosses and are considered to be extremely rare. You can use them to quote-unquote awaken your artifacts, aka held items, after they're upgraded to the max. Sort of reminds me of Weapon Ascension from Dark Souls. They didn't mention Diablo here as an example to compare to, but I haven't played that game in any sort of depth, so I can't comment on that. Now, all in all, this was a rather brief and general overview of each stretch goal, and I apologize for not going fully in depth on each topic, because if I did, the video would probably end up being like 40 minutes long. And on top of that, we don't actually have the full scope of information as to how each addition to the game will function exactly. Moving forward, I'd like to do videos explaining like what realms are, how artifacts work, spell gems, etc. Siralim is packed with so much variety, at a first glance it can be quite overwhelming. So I'd like to sort of create videos that would aid people in understanding how the systems work and sort of feel a little less overwhelmed when they're trying to get into the game. And then I'll do more in-depth stuff as I personally get more into the game, as I become more knowledgeable too. With all that being said, thanks again for watching, and make sure to like and subscribe for more Siralim content and Monster Tamer content in general. Make sure to come over to our Monster Tamer and Chill Discord server. We've only got around 30 or so founder role slots left, so if you want to be a cool kid, you better be quick. Anyways guys, until next time, peace.